What if just moving to Mexico could buy you 10 extra years of retirement, savings, sunshine, and freedom without giving up your US passport? Most people have no idea how accessible, safe, and luxurious life in Mexico can really be. But after this video, you'll be ahead of 99% of them. In the next few minutes, I'll show you exactly how you can move to Mexico legally, affordably, and permanently using one of 3 proven pathways. And no, neither one of the 3 involve crawling through tunnels or climbing border walls. Plus, by the end of the video, you'll know which one is right for you so you can retire earlier, live better, and never look back. And stay until the end because I'll also share with you how you can get Mexican citizenship, a really valuable asset, a surprisingly valuable asset in your portfolio. Vámonos! First, why Mexico? Obviously, the tacos are elite, the food is amazing, the beaches speak for themselves, and yes, you really can ride a spotless city bus to a farmer's market for less than the price of a Costco hot dog. Yes. But the real reason to consider Mexico isn't just the lifestyle upgrade, it's the life reset. Because if you're like most people watching this, you've spent decades chasing the American dream, only to realize it's gotten a hell of a lot more expensive and a lot less dreamy. Now you're wondering, is this it? Is my retirement plan really just working until I run out of energy or savings, whichever comes first? Mexico says, not necessarily. Let's count down the 5 biggest reasons Americans are moving to Mexico, and then we'll discuss the 3 pathways by which you can move there. Number 5, cost of living. So Mexico City is one of the priciest cities in the country. And even there, a luxury 2-bedroom apartment in the Polanco district, which is like the Soho of Mexico City, runs about $1,500 a month. That's walkable, central, and stylish, for less than your cable bill and HOA fees back home. Try getting that in San Diego or Naples or literally anywhere with sunlight and decent tacos in the US. Your Social Security alone could cover your rent, groceries, utilities, and still leave room for weekend getaways. Plus, that's about as upscale as it gets in Mexico. It's only more affordable from there. Number 4, healthcare. Let's talk about one of the biggest fears people have about moving abroad, and that is care. In Mexico, private healthcare isn't just affordable, it's world-class. We're talking about specialists, modern hospitals, concierge-style service. A premium private health plan can cost you as little as $1,500 per year. Yes, I said per year. And here's the plot twist. Global Relocate ranked Mexico as having the world's 22nd best healthcare system, even ahead of the United States, which was ranked 32nd. So not only are you paying less, you're often getting more. Number 3, proximity. Unlike moving to Thailand or Portugal, Mexico doesn't require a 12-hour flight and a 3-day jet lag recovery window just to go home. For most US cities, you can be in Mexico in 3 to 5 hours, sometimes less. Mexico City, Cancun, Puerto Vallarta, Cabo San Lucas, and other cities have frequent direct flights to countless major US airports. So whether it's grandkids, board meetings, or Thanksgiving dinner with your family, your American home is always a quick flight away. Number 2, choose your climate. Do you want beachside hammocks or cool mountain air, dry desert or tropical jungle? Mexico offers almost every climate imaginable. You can literally choose your weather. Mazatlan gives you the beach life without the tourist overload. San Miguel de Allende has crisp mountain mornings. Mérida and Tulum can feel like a tropical garden party year-round. Let me know in the comments which Mexican cities or regions you'd like to hear more about in the Freedom Files. We might just create a video or blog piece about it. You don't have to suffer through snow, sludge, or swamp heat if you don't want to. That's the moral of the story. All right, number 1, built-in expat community. More than 1.6 million Americans already live in Mexico. Many of them full-time retirees who got tired of waiting for someday. And of course, your occasional Mexican national who also holds American citizenship. The stats aren't perfect. But regardless, you won't be a pioneer in Mexico. You'll be joining a well-established, welcoming community of people who've already figured out how to make this life work. But if you're going to do this, you got to do it right. And in the next section, we'll show you why just booking a one-way ticket on a tourist visa won't cut it anymore. Stick around. This is where most people mess up. All right, let's clear up one of the biggest conceptions right now before it leads to a very expensive tax mistake. A lot of people assume that they can just bounce down to Mexico and chill for 6 months on a tourist visa. And technically, yes, you can. Americans, obviously with a valid passport, are granted up to 180 days visa-free when they show up. But, and this is important, it's not a loophole you can live on. Those 180 days, first of all, they're not guaranteed. They're discretionary, meaning the immigration officer at the airport can give you 180 days or 30 or none at all. And if you overstay your visa and remain in Mexico for more than 183 days in a calendar year, oops, you just became a Mexican tax resident. These days, if you look like a long-term expat living on a tourist visa, you can get flagged, detained, fined, or flat out denied reentry. And that ain't too much better than getting a surprise tax bill on your doorstep. Not exactly the stress-free retirement you had in mind. So if you want true freedom to stay in Mexico as long as you want, open a bank account, sign a lease, get a driver's license, use healthcare services, you need to do this the right way. And the right way is probably way easier and cheaper than you think. There are three main ways U.S. citizens can legally stay in Mexico long-term, and none of them require marrying a local, learning perfect Spanish, or slipping someone an envelope at immigration. Let's break them down and help you figure out which one fits your situation best. Number 3, temporary residency. So this program is ideal for retirees, remote workers, or anyone with a solid savings or monthly income. If you can show either $4,000 a month in income or $75,000 in savings in your investment accounts, you qualify. Yeah, that's it. No language tests, no real estate purchases, no interviews. Temporary residency is good for 1 year to start and then can be renewed annually for up to 4 years. And after that, you're eligible to upgrade to permanent residency. This permission slip opens your life in Mexico for things like opening a Mexican bank account if you desire, accessing private health care, buying a car and registering it. In other words, it turns you from a tourist into a legal resident without jumping through flaming hoops. All right, number 2, permanent residency, and this is immediate. This visa is best for financially independent retirees and those with larger nest eggs who want a one-and-done solution. If you've got around $250,000 or more in savings or liquid assets, you can skip the temporary phase entirely and go straight to permanent residency. One application, in for life, no renewals, no drama. All right, finally, investor residency. So who's this visa for? People who are already planning to buy property or invest in a Mexican business. If you invest $300,000 or more into Mexican real estate or a local company, you qualify for what's called an investor visa, another path to first temporary, then permanent residency. This is especially smart if you are planning to buy your dream home here anyway. Why not get your visa and your beach house in one fell swoop? Just make sure the investment is structured properly. Not all property purchases count toward this visa unless you follow really specific guidelines. By the way, the Freedom Files covers those for you during your one-on-one Freedom consult, which you can book in the description below. So which one makes sense for you? Seriously, let us know in the comments. We also created a 162-page ebook for free, I don't know why, with all the immigration routes in 43 countries that you can download in the description below. Okay, so technically, of course, the ideal immigration path depends on your income, your savings, your circumstances, and goals. But the takeaway is this. There are multiple legal, straightforward, and affordable ways to plant your flag in Mexico. And none of them involve overstaying your welcome or, like I said earlier, crawling through tunnels. And if you play your cards right, there's one more upgrade waiting for you, and that is Mexican citizenship. If residency is step 1, then citizenship is the ultimate power move. Here's how it works. Once you lived in Mexico for 5 continuous years, or 2 years if you marry a Mexican citizen, you can apply for full citizenship. That means a really strong second passport with visa-free access to over 150 countries, full legal rights in Mexico, you can even vote, and 0 renewals ever again. You'll still be a U.S. citizen unless you choose to renounce, but you'll now have options, just in case. Flexibility, a real plan B. And here's something most people don't know. If your parent was born in Mexico, you may already qualify for Mexican citizenship by descent. That means you can skip the residency path entirely. No 5-year wait, no visa process. You just apply, prove your lineage, and you're in. No Spanish fluency required. It's one of the most underrated citizenship by descent programs in the world, and millions of Americans don't even realize they're eligible. Retirement shouldn't feel like a punishment. It should feel like a reward. And in Mexico, it still can. Lower cost of living, high quality healthcare, a thriving and growing expat community, choose your own climate, and some of the easiest residency pathways in the world. Mexico has it all, but don't go into this blind. Don't try to figure this out with random Google searches or by trial and error. We've seen these mistakes time and time again. That's why we put everything, the visa paths in 43 countries, the financial planning tips, the what to avoid horror stories, the frequently asked questions, into one free 162-page ebook. You can download it right now in the description below. Also, you can book a 60-minute chat with the Freedom Files relocation experts, and they'll guide you through, based on your circumstances and goals, which country or countries are best for you and your loved ones. We'd love to map out your dream retirement together. All these links are in the description below, and until the next video, thanks for watching.